me tell you. I have never ever seen an episode of 90 Day Fiance or before the 90 days. This is a whole mess and I'm here for it, okay? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. We're reviewing a new show for me. It is before the 90 days, which will probably mean I will end up reviewing 90 Day Fiance. Child, this is more than a notion. Season number 4, episode number 1. Love Can't Wait. Now, for those of you who is this your first time jumping in or whatever, let me just warn you that I'm a little uncut, a little raw. Sometimes I curse a lot. Listen, you're gonna get my true, authentic opinion, even when you don't agree with it. It's okay. That's why we each have them. That's how come we're all different. Anyway, one last thing before we start. I like to go couple by couple and anything that is relational. Oh shoot, I got way too much information to share ahead of time, so I'll just add some stuff as we go along. Anyway, so I'm gonna go couple by couple, but in this instance, person by person, you know, and we'll talk about it. I mean, I need your feedback. I want you to tell me what you think as we go along, okay? Because I'll be having questions, lots of questions, and this shit makes me question everything and everybody and their motives and everything else. Not sure why these people ain't doing that. Anyway, let's go. So the first person we meet is Ed, okay? Let's just put out the specifics of Ed. Ed is 54. He lives in San Diego, California. He is in my home state. I'm in Los Angeles, but he is in San Diego, California. He has one daughter from a previous marriage. He has not been in a relationship in 28 years. As a matter of fact, his first marriage only lasted 2 years and he got divorced because why? He was unfaithful. He was cheating. He was a hoe, okay? And he said, I don't understand why I did it. I don't understand either because you see you having a hard time. Oh, he is a photographer, professional photographer, and he is in love with his dog Teddy. Loves Teddy, you know, y'all with them fur babies, how y'all be. I say his daughter was 29-year-old. Her name is 29 years old. Her name is Tiffany. And what he says is that he waited to date until Tiffany was an adult. He focused all his attention on Tiffany, you know, was just inundated with everything about her and just, you know, was like, I'm not gonna date. He didn't really feel attractive. He still doesn't feel attractive. He calls himself Big Ed, but he's only 4'11". That's what I said. He's 4'11". So the girl he's been dating for about 1 month. She is from the Philippines. And baby, let me tell you, she is only 23 years old. Her name is Rosemary. And he is like definitely infatuated with Rosemary. Rosemary has a son that is, did she say 2? And his name is Prince. I can't remember how old. If that's wrong, y'all let me know down below in the comments. Because this is just a lot for me. It was a lot for me to process in its entirety, okay? He gets excited because she sends him photos every morning and calls him King. When I found out that he was sending her gifts, like, y'all have done this before. I haven't done this before, so I'm a shocker. I could barely get somebody in the state that I'm living in the state that I'm dating them in, to buy me a gift, give me a drink. You know what? This is my homegirl Shayna. She watches this all the time. I may have to get her to come and do a review with me. She watches this all the time and was like, you need to get on the online dating app, international dating app. Because I'm all like, can I get somebody to send me stuff? Can I tell them sweet nothings? But I'm not mischievous. I don't want to deceive nobody. And I got my own shit. I want somebody that's going to bring their own table. We can match a table, put the dining stuff together, and, you know, eat together. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's not about me. This is about Ed. So he's excited because she calls him king, and, you know, now he calls her queen. You know, he thinks that's cute. I mean, listen, ladies, this is hard for me to say out loud, but it's the truth. Men are so fucking gullible. Say nice things, make them be needed, and you have them eating out of the palm of your hand. Now, I don't believe in mistreating someone or doing it as a gold digger, okay? But I'm just saying, we ain't, you know, there's ways to get the things that you want. Fellas, don't be too mad at me. Now, what we found out is that he's already given her $5,000 in gifts. Sheets and pillows, because they're pretty poor and they live all together, her and her family. Or is it her and her son? See, he didn't really make that clear. Nevertheless, he's been getting pushback from his family and his friends to the point that his daughter Tiffany, she ain't fucking with him no more. When she found out, she was like, what? Because of course Rosemarie is younger than her. Like, you into this girl, you don't know her, you ain't never met her. You met her on Facebook, y'all online chatting. Child, let me tell you, you know they be sliding in your DMs. And if you are in a space that is unhealthy, you're lonely, if you aren't thinking on your feet, you could get caught up. Now, because I'm not talking down on them, but I'm being serious about it. You could definitely get caught up not understanding or knowing what's going on, or what, you know what I'm saying? You in a vulnerable open space. Like, anyway, when he goes and asks his mom to babysit the dog, she has some concerns, especially when he busts out, and I'm gonna take a ring. You say, what now? You've been talking to her for a month now. Let's just say 2 months now, and you gonna take a ring because she the one, okay? She the one. And you tell your mama, oh, when I go, she said, where you gonna stay? With them? They only got one bed, but I bought some pillows and some sheets because, you know, I got sensitive skin and they gotta be on 1,000 count. I gotta lay on 1,000 count sheets. Them is some soft sheets. And I need a special detergent. But you finna go over to the Philippines. Not to mention, you said that you were a germaphobe a little later, and you finna go in her little 1-bedroom shack with her and her family because you didn't bought the daddy a grill. So that's how come I feel like it's the whole family in there. Y'all clarify that up for me. But the one thing the mother said is, you know, I know you want to be happy. You know, I know you think you love this girl, but don't allow this to jeopardize your relationship, the great relationship that you've built with your daughter. That's more important than anything else. She's going to be there when no one else is. Y'all hear the ghetto bird? Don't pay that no mind. Well, he calls Tiffany and leaves her a message because Tiffany still ain't answering. She don't want to talk to her daddy, okay? If you're a daddy's girl, you know that this is probably very hurtful, okay? So she ain't answering. She like, yeah, okay. But it was a heartfelt phone call, and I really hope she calls so we can hear what she has to say before he takes his ass over to the Philippines. Because, you know, all of these people are getting ready to go in 1 week. 1 week. So I feel like, what is it, next episode? They should be in the Philippines or wherever, in Australia, in Russia, wherever they booze are. Nigeria, right? How old did I say? That's like a 30-something year gap. And so at one point, he's all like, I want to look young for Rosemarie, so I dyed my hair. But what about your beard? What about that? And then that whole, I mean, they FaceTime chatting or whatever, so I guess he don't mind that he don't have a no neck. And I'm not throwing shade, he really don't have a neck. And it's people that don't have neck. You see, I have a nice elongated neck. He don't have none of that. Or maybe it's just that his face is has rounded out so much. Or maybe he has a condition. Because y'all be coming for me. One thing I was taken aback by, but not really, because, you know, the baby, he didn't call him, hi daddy. Now that should be a red flag, because any decent woman, any decent mother would not have some strange man calling their child, calling him, that having a child call him daddy. Dude, that's not what we do. You know, listen, like I said, it's my first time, so y'all getting, some disbelief from me. Like, in my mind, I'm all like, she's scamming him. I got a coworker that met a little, I think she was a Korean girl. He had her come over to visit. They went to Canada. Told me, I love you and I want to marry you. I said, listen, coworker, no, she young. What she want with your old ass? Child. Couple things. He lied about his height. He told her he was 5'2" when he's only 4'11". And then he's insecure, period, but about the number of social media friends that she has, because he's concerned that how many other people are you having these conversations with, and so because of that, he doesn't trust her. He's like, I don't trust her. I'm gonna have her get an STD test because I haven't been with anybody in 28 years and I'm a germaphobe. Well, first off, you a germaphobe, then you shouldn't be going to sleep in her little hut in the Philippines. Not to say that that's where she lives, but the way he make it sound, that's where she lives. Not to mention STDs. You planning on having sex with this woman? And then you talking about you don't trust her. Then what you got a ring for? I'm going to just say this now. Each of these people are impulsive, delusional, naive, to the point that they are borderline stupid. Like, they aren't thinking clearly. It's that I want to be loved so badly. I'm so lonely. I am willing to jeopardize my family relationships, my financial stability, for the sake of not being alone. And then to top it off, though, 90 days, and before the 90 days, the producers, the directors, whoever created this show ought to be ashamed of themselves, because they are capitalizing off of people's loneliness and stupidity. I said it. That's how I feel. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen this show. Okay? The first time. But I'm hooked. So now, if your plan is to come back, let me tell you, we are trying out different spaces in my house. I have been booted out of my office. My oldest son has come back home to live, which is great to me. So now we just need to find a new place to record in the house, okay? I tried my living room. I'm still in my bedroom, just another little segment of it. Anyway, let's keep going. But I'm going to say while I'm looking for my next note, okay? I was watching this, and normally I would record it the next day because I'd be tired. Baby, I said, let me get my ass up and with my pajamas on, without no makeup on, looking real crazy, because we need to talk. We're going to talk about Avery. Honey, Avery is beautiful. Beautiful, okay? She's 32. She lives in Seattle, Washington. She has 2 daughters. One is 10 and one is 2. She's a dental assistant, but her favorite thing is to cook and to post it on her Instagram, and she's not the traditional kind of girl. Now, when she said that, I said, now what? Wait, what? Because, when you say I'm not the traditional girl, you don't think I'm the girl that wants to cook with cannabis. That's not where my mind went. I don't know. It wasn't. I'm glad that the 2 daughters came out, because then my mind started going, well, are you trans? Like, I started, and then I was going to be like, well, do they know you trans? Like, all of that was flooding my mind. But I'm glad that the 2 daughters came out, and so it was just that the cannabis cooking. Listen, not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just thinking, okay, you already is in the middle of this. Are you deceiving them? Like, that's where my mind went. Like, I overanalyzed everything. You will find that out soon if it's your first time here. Now, her thing is, she's definitely impulsive. And I knew it the moment she said that her youngest daughter's father, she was pregnant in the first 2 months that they were dating, that she sold all her shit, packed up, and moved where he was. Things did not work out with the two of them, so she had to come back with nothing. I knew then that she was a little foolish and really has that addicted to love, the thought of love, being loved kind of syndrome. Okay, I mean, all of us have a little bit of it, but since we're rational thinkers and not as impulsive, it slows us down from actually making these kind of rash decisions that could be detrimental to our lives, right? So now she met a guy on Instagram. He just harmlessly came up and said, nice photo. Then she looked at it, or nice, you know, I like the way you cook, or whatever it was. It was very simple. And she said, oh, he's attractive. And that was the beginning of their relationship. And they've been conversing for 9 months. Okay, 9 months via Instagram and text and FaceTime, I believe. Yes. His name is Ash. Her soulmate is what she called him. Her soulmate. I mean, you know what you know. But her soulmate, she met on the Instagram, on the social media site. He lives in Melbourne, Australia, but is originally from a small island off of the African coast called, I ain't gonna butcher it, but y'all saw it, Mauritius. That's probably wrong. He is a relationship coach. Now listen, I am a relationship coach, but a lifestyle coach. So I deal with specifically women, but will coach men, but it's like for all aspects of your life so that you can have a healthy, happy relationship. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, okay. But when they started showing snippets of him, I was like, oh, he done charismatic, smooth talked her, made her into believing what he had to say. He used his coaching skills to grab her. That's what I thought, which is a conflict of interest. Like, where's your ethics? You don't have no code of ethics for your business? Baby. Did I say how old he was? He's 38 years old. He's 38. I didn't say that he was 38. He's 38 years old, and he's relatively attractive, except for some of those photos. I was like, he looks a little alienish to me. You know, he looks a little weird. Like, at first glance, I was like, oh yeah, he's attractive. But then I was like, I don't know. Maybe I need to take that back. I don't know. I wouldn't have talked to him, number one, because he was on Instagram. Like, so my first thing with her is that she said within the first 5 minutes of her talking, 3 minutes, I don't know, quickly, that she was like, I'm afraid that maybe he just knows what to say to me, and that's why I like him so much. Like, he knows how to grab me. And I thought, if that's the first thing you think, then maybe you need to slow down. Some of this spotting we do, that's what I call red flags. Spotting, because when you spot, I mean, the ladies, y'all know, when you're on your period, if you start spotting, you know that the red river is coming. Okay, the spotting tells you, that's what red flags tell you. They tell you that trouble is coming. So when you hear me say spotting, that's what I'm talking about. So she sees it, but ignores it, like we do as women with our foolish selves. Sometimes we want love so bad, want the perfect guy, which there is no such thing, because there's no such thing as a perfect woman. We want all these good things that we miss the stuff that's important. Now, there's those times that we over red flag or make up red flag, see spotting, and it ain't even there. You know what I'm saying? But when it's truly there, we miss it, because we want that type of attention and really want somebody to love us like that. And I'm speaking from experience. Listen, I'm not talking down on these people, because though I have not made these type of foolish, impulsive decisions, I have made some, and I have looked like a fool in my lifetime. I have made some mistakes. So yeah, I'm not passing judgment at all. Let's just get that together. But I am going to tell you what I see, whether you like it or not. So she goes to see her friend Jared, who was once her ex, who's also her cannabis dealer. You know, he's got the best weed in the city or some shit, she said. He said to her, can you get serious about someone you've never met? That's a question I'm asking you. You hear people all the time have long distance, meet online, internet relationships, and they be serious about one another. But they do go and meet one another. At least I think that they do. I don't know if I could be serious about somebody I never met. I could be very interested. I could want to get to know them. I could be like, I want to meet you. I want to see you. But serious about you? Nah. How about you? Do you think that you can, but you don't know? And then that's another thing. That's the flip side of the coin is you don't know until you've been put in that situation. You know what you think you gonna do. You know what you think. You know, knowing yourself, you know what you... Knowing you feel like you know how you'll react, but you don't really know until you put yourself in that situation. So I'm going to say, nah. I'm going to go with nah. I can't get serious about somebody I ain't never met in person. We could be good friends, have great conversations and stuff, but no. Now, here's a Trip thing. She's so insecure about his job and the single women kind of thing that she has broken up with him 3 times. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times in this 9-month period. Child, if you keep breaking up with him like this, what does that mean to you? That means that something just ain't right. You know, it is what it is. When she goes and she meets her friends Jennifer and her boyfriend Josh for dinner, she tells them, in a week I'm going to go to Australia. Of course, they think that's a bad idea. Like everybody else on the show, they think it's a bad idea. Her friend said what I said. She's impulsive, because all of these people are impulsive and just thinking off of the feels of the moment, how it feels good in the moment. And so Jennifer or Josh said, well, why won't he come here? She said, well, that's what we asked. And when he tried to apply for a visa, he couldn't because of a previous bankruptcy. And he told her that his business partner was shady and stole money from the business. Hold on, wait. Took a lot of money from the business and made him lose money, and so he had to go bankrupt. This man got a story for everything, like a lot of scammers. Now, I don't want to say that this ain't true, but my intuition, baby, my discernment says it's a bunch of malarkey. He is feeding her shit. Now, red flags. Here's some spotting right here. Even Josh was like, whoa, I mean, if I had done it, it's because I'm hiding something. Like, you're in this euphoric moment with this man, and you telling me that all of a sudden he's like, your picture's up one day and the next day for no reason, y'all ain't fighting nothing. He done took you down. Girl, it's somebody else he's entertaining. There's several somebody else's. They want to know, you married? You, who is this? What is this woman? It's several people that he is seeing. Don't be foolish now. Now, what he said was that he was hacked. His Instagram was hacked. And so he sent her screenshots of the emails. And so she believed him. Girl! And how naive can you be? Hold on. Because you can get more naive and gullible than Avery. So the next person we met was Jeffrey. Jeffrey is an attractive white male. I mean, if you like white men, if white men are your thing, he's an attractive man. He's fit. He's got great teeth. Honey, he's 41 years old. He lives in Knoxville, Tennessee. He owns property, several properties in Knoxville. They didn't say he had any other businesses. So he is sustaining himself off of his income property. They didn't say whether, you know, maybe did they say that was residential? I don't know, but I'm going in my mind say that maybe he's got some commercial property. Money is to be made in real estate. That whole residual income thing, he's got a good head on his shoulders as far as we saw thus far. He's been married a few times, right? He's been married a couple times, and it's made him lack trust in people. The biggest thing, though, for him, which is the thing that makes him gullible, open easy as an easy target, is the fact that he lost his youngest son. His son had a seizure. They put him on life support. And then he died in his arms when they pulled him off of life support. So he's in a very vulnerable, open space that he needs to feel. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you grieve someone, when you lose someone close to you like that, I'm a widow for those of you new to the channel. When you lose a spouse, when you lose a child, it is an empty space. And you have to be careful, because you are a lot more weak, because you're empty. A piece of you is gone, and you're trying to fill it, and you want to be happy. And honestly, you fall prey to and susceptible to this bullshit that these people come with. Think back on that shit, the relationship after my husband, that fucking narcissist. Ooh, child. Anyway, he's got 3 children left. 2 from his first marriage 20 years ago, and 1 from the failed marriage where the son had passed away. That was probably the wedge that broke in between them, and the reason that they are no longer together. They told us his name, the son's name, all of their names. I didn't write them down, child. I'm going to be honest. Well, he said he was surfing the internet one day, and an international dating site app popped up. And that is where he met Vadia, who lives in Russia, who's 30 years old, and is a radio personality. She's a beautiful young girl, okay? She's 30, he's 41. I'm not going to say nothing about that, because, you know, when I was in my 30s, I dated men that were 10 years, 11 years older than me. Thinking back on that, though, I was like, they was just trying to be my daddy, trying to tell me what to do, but I ain't the one. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out like I don't listen. I don't follow directions. I only got one daddy. You ain't finna tell me what to do. Like, that's how I felt, and that's why I was probably single for so long. Anyway, his sons are not in agreement. They're very skeptical, specifically the older one, about this whole situation. So the thing about Jeffrey that I loved was the fact that he had a friend, Olga, who is from Russia. And baby, if Olga didn't tell it to him straight, told him he was straight up stupid. What she said? Yeah, that's what I said. Straight up says it's stupid, because it's hard to survive in Russia. She's just trying to get here to America. Yeah, just like the girl from the Philippines. Yeah. The Australian guy, probably not. But I wrote down she would know. She's a Russian woman who left and took her son, brought her son to the Americas so that he could have a better life. She said, smart woman will lure you in, baby. They will, with their womanly wiles, with their syrupy sweet words. Honey, listen. Be careful. Y'all know Delilah in the Bible. They also talk about the woman. I can't think of the scripture right now, but the woman with the syrupy sweet tongue, like to be mindful of us. Now I'm speaking women in general, not specifically me. Not you either, but you get it. She also said, you know, he told her that she was from a small country, a small village, and then moved to Moscow. And she was like, well, now she's a big city girl, and she's not going to want to be out here in the mountains. She wants to wear her cute heels and look cute and show off her little body. Listen, he better listen to his friend. His friend is stating facts. And honestly, you know, he's like, I value her, and I know she just wants to, she's just looking out for me, but she needs to understand that I'm happy, you know. And her too was like, it's because her son left, his son passed, and he wants to fill a void. Listen to your friend Olga. Jeff, listen to your friend. So he also says, you know, I'm positive. I have a positive outlook about the situation. And I wrote down, you can be positive. Just don't be stupid. Just don't be so positive that you miss the spotting. Well, Vadia FaceTimes him. At least he does, and at least she does, and looks like herself, and he looks like herself, and she says, you know, I had a nightmare that you were the hunchback, and you know, oh well, then my middle name is Esmeralda, some shit. Okay, it was a cute little banter between the two of them, like she's grabbed hold of him. When he goes and he meets with his friends, Mark and Mary, okay? Mark is married and gives great advice, but Mary he used to date. And so he hasn't told them, but he's getting ready to leave the country. So he wants to share this with them, you know, and just let them know what's going on. And then they both looking like, what? Well, let me see what she looks like, is what Mark said. You know the fellas. Let me see her. Let me see what she look like. She look good. So she's attractive. She's pretty or whatever. Mary is all like, she's attractive. Well, come to find out, Mary and Jeff, they dated. And she's actually pretty jealous, and you can see it on her face, and she's not understanding why you're choosing to find somebody outside of the country when there are eligible women here in this country. Hell, one is 2 feet away from you. Questions his motives. Questions her motives. Why isn't she good enough? Like, she's been hanging on the thread waiting on Jeff. Now, Mary, this was for you. Move the fuck on. Jeff is not into you. He said y'all tried a couple times and it ain't work. He ain't into you. You don't have what he wants except for an occasional lay. Don't be nobody's toilet. Find you somebody else. You can still befriend him if you want, but it's time for you to move on. And that he hadn't shared his past, and it scares him that he has to be, you know, open up and be vulnerable, and either she accepts it or she doesn't. So I'm wondering what else in his past. Like, you saying that you lost a child is one thing, but what else happened in your past that they want you to bring up? So I can't wait for him to talk about all of this. And then I just want to say to the ladies, when a man tells you he don't want to fool with you, please move on. Please don't try and hang on to a string. You know, heal your heart and move forward. It's a hard thing to do, but we got to do it. Child, let's talk about Lisa. Lisa is a plum fool. Lisa is 52 years old. She's from York, Pennsylvania. She's been dating... Oh no, hold on. I don't want to give that yet. She has a daughter that is 15 years old. She was married before and was recently divorced 4 years ago. She said that she was cheated on by him and he was verbally abusive. Okay. She's a hospice caregiver, so she works like late nights. And so she spent a lot of her time on social media. So her little boo, his name is Usman. He's 30 and he's a Nigerian. He's a celebrity entertainer. Okay, reggae, soca music kind of guy. Okay, he is trying to get over to the US so that he can launch his career as a soca artist. Like, maybe he's reached the celebrity status as far as he can in Nigeria. When she said he wrote her a song for Valentine's Day, that made it for sure that she knew. I said, woo, child, he wrote that song. The only thing that said that it was for you, Lisa, was the introduction when he said, this is for you, baby girl, Lisa. Other than that, he can cut that off and change that to whoever's name he wants and have the rest of the song. But see, he's not doing that. He is investing all of his time in you. You know, she was like, well, I was skeptical because, you know, they say Nigerians are scammers. Child, you should still be skeptical, because though he is not trying to get any money from you, he is trying to get money from you to get over here so that he can have the life that he wants to live as a soca artist. Do y'all agree with me on that? If you don't, let me tell you something. Let me know down below in the comments, honey. Pull my coattail down below in the comments. You know, I ain't scared of y'all. Now listen, she goes and she gets everything waxed. I guess armpits, legs, probably vagina. You know, she wants to be fresh and clean because she's leaving in a week. All of them are going in a week. But she's jealous. And she's jealous of his fans. He has 23,000 fans on Instagram. Y'all know I went to try and find him. I couldn't find him. So, y'all, if you know his Instagram, if he's up still, go ahead and send me his profile in my DMs on Instagram at I am Talisa Rae, okay? So I could go look with my nosy ass. Hello. She's jealous of his fans, which as a celebrity you have. And so she's like, I've been faithful for 2 years and he better have been faithful too. I was like, girl, he's in Nigeria. He's a celebrity. He's a man. You think that he just been jacking off on FaceTime or on video chat with you? Oh, okay, maybe he has, because he's got to make sure he gets over to America. Honey, he's got to make sure he can get over to not just America, but the United States. And in order to do that, he needs to be married, to get him a married visa. So she goes and she has coffee with her friend Nikki. Okay? You got to have friends that's going to be honest with you. And Nikki is honest with her. She said to Nikki, I am going to be married in Nigeria. Come to find out, he had proposed to her on video chat. And she said she would accept temporarily because she needed a proposal in person. Child. That alone should have told you what it was. I wrote, oh, he does need citizenship, because I had set it up earlier in my mind. And I literally wrote, if my handwriting wasn't so bad, y'all could see this. It says, oh, he does need citizenship. So then she says she's got a surprise. You know, it's just going to be different, because her friend is all like, well, what if you don't like him? What if you don't like his touch? What if sex isn't good? She was like, well, I got something for him. He's never had unprotected sex, and we're going to have sex without a condom. Bitch, have you lost your mind? And I meant that. Bitch, have you lost your fucking mind? You don't know nothing about this man or what he got going on, but you going to go ahead and have unprotected sex with him because you got an AIDS test and the STI test, or STDs, whichever one you want to call them. And so that makes it safe for you. The devil is a lie. Again, for her, he's syrupy sweet and giving her the affection and speaking to her in the way that she had always dreamed of. You know, she was in an emotionally abusive relationship where he cheated on her and all kinds of stuff. And now someone is showing genuine attention, you know, telling you I love you, saying syrupy sweet stuff, wanting to propose, wanting to be with you, all this shit right away. And she's falling prey to it. She can't see the forest for the trees. Now, when they get here, he got to be married. They got to be married for at least 5 years, I believe, before they can get a divorce. So, you know, she's stuck with him. They're getting married in Nigeria, though. That's what she say. Her friend said, Nikki said to her, so you think y'all been talking for 2 years and he's been faithful? Oh, okay. She was like, you sound delusional. You sound like a fool. That's really what she's saying. Like, I can't believe this. But the thing about us as friends, I love you and I support you in whatever choices that you make. And if they are the wrong choices, if I'm really your friend, I'm going to be here to pick up the pieces. And once you're healed, because not while you're going through it, but once you healed and we done moved on and we laughing about it, I'm going to say, I told you. But it's going to be some years before we can get to that place. Maybe not that many. My friends will probably right away tell me, I told you, bitch. Did nobody ask you your opinion? That's what they saying, okay? Anyway, Lisa said, Nikki said he just wants a green card and he'll tell you and do whatever in order to get what he wants. Lisa is gullible and alone. I mean, really, nobody really wants to be alone. Especially this next one. My heart goes out to her. Let's talk about the last person. Let's talk about Yolanda. Yolanda has been naive and gullible and stupid for a man way before she met her internet beau. So she was married, or she was in a relationship. She never said the word married. She was in a relationship for 30 years with Dwayne, who is the father of her 6 children. She's 51. She lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. She was 300 pounds and lost over 150 pounds because after Dwayne passed away of kidney disease, she knew she needed to get herself together for her kids. And she looks great for 51. And I commend her for putting all that effort in losing weight. Now, here's the thing. I know that her children will probably watch this. So let me just tell y'all now, I may be a little harsh, because she could be my friend, she could be my sister, she could be my aunt. She can't be my mama because I'm old enough to be her baby sister, okay? So I'm about to tell the truth. Let me see what she has. Like I said, 6 kids, 3 boys and 3 girls, from ages 17 to 29. They are her world after her Dwayne passed away. Now, what she did say that I found eye-opening was the fact that she didn't know that he would have some criminal activity going on, and he ended up going to prison for 6 years prior to when he passed away, because she hadn't seen him since they told him he had to go since he said he needed to go turn himself in. Gullible, naive, believe anything they tell you. This is what that is. I don't want you to see me in here. There is not a man alive that does not want a woman to go visit with them in prison. You or his children, there is another woman. There's another woman. There's another woman, or he wasn't really in prison. He probably was really, I don't know. But there was something fishy about that, okay? My oldest son's father is in prison. And if I go pop up today, even though, you know, we ain't like that, he'd be happy to see me. He'd be happy to see me and would ignore his girlfriend because I would be sitting there talking and kikiing and ha-haing. They want the company. Nobody wants to be in prison and not have any visitors. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all or not. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. But let me know down below in the comments. I need you to catch what I'm throwing. Because the fact of the matter is, all the men in the prison want somebody to come and see them. Unless they got a boyfriend in there. Okay? Oh, child. What we find out is that she's hiding her online relationship with her online beau, Williams, with an S, who is 40 years old, who lives in Manchester, England. He says he is a restaurant manager. Oh, but poor Yolanda. Yoli, that's what I'm going to call you. Yoli, listen. The problem is your friends are your children. So you need like regular friends to be able to go out and hang out with them so that you can meet guys, because you are attractive. And you let somebody slide in your DMs on you. Give you compliments. Say nice syrupy things because you lost weight. You feeling good about yourself. And you know, you probably did not receive that type of attention before. So it feels good. And that's okay, because I understand. You know, I was way bigger than what I am now. I'm still working on going down. I want to lose 40 pounds by July. But listen to me when I tell you that it feels good. It's a different type of attention that you weren't getting before. Not to mention, you were in this long-term committed relationship, was committed to this man who was in prison, calling you Colette. And you wasn't going to see him. You wasn't seeing nobody. You wasn't sneaking out like the rest of the women. You was faithful. And I give you credit for that. I mean, that's a great quality to have. Oh, child. Couple things. She lied to him and said that she was 45. He's 40. He said, I didn't think you were that old. But really, like I said, she's 51. But the catcher of it all is the fact that she has never video chatted with her. What's his name from Catfish? If he could help her, he would. I can't think of his name, but I can see his face because she's being catfished. Anytime somebody talking about their phone broke, I can see you, but you can't see me. Girl, he turned his video off because he is not who he says. The photos of the attractive man with the nice body that he is showing you are probably of some fitness model or somebody else he didn't screenshot it. Child, that is not Williams. When she said that she loves his British accent, I thought, when she called him, I thought, oh yeah, no. I know we on different time zones, but I don't hear no accent. I don't hear nothing. I hear somebody playing games. Well, I got ahead of myself. Her oldest daughter, Kara, is the only one that knows. And Kara says, Mama, you delusional. You want to go to see this man. You're going to go see him in a week. You delusional. But guess what? You want to go? Fine. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to help to protect your heart. I'm going to go with you, Mom. When we see her with these text messages, I said, no, Yolanda, no. Why are you excited by a bunch of emojis and then a rose behind your name that he's texting? Can somebody explain that to me? It's because she has not been getting any attention. For 30 years, she was with the same man who was probably low-key dogging her, seeing other women on the side. So this is something new for her, and my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out. That man she was with was probably controlling, and she has very few friends. The friends that she had to get rid of. Like, that's the kind of relationship it feels like she was in, because she is falling prey to some shit that a regular woman, any other woman wouldn't. Even the other women on here, like Avery and Lisa, they getting chats. Like her son said later, if my phone was broke, I'd buy me another one. When she says, you know, something about why didn't he come and see you? She said, he asked me for money to get a plane ticket to come down. And she's like, you know what? I felt some kind of way by it. I was taken aback by it. But I'm glad that she did not fall prey to that, because that's what was next. And then he would be like, I never got the money, or somebody stole it, or whatever. So she decided, I'm going to come and visit with you. So when she's talking to him on the phone, she asked him, are you going to pick me up from the airport? Fuck you mean? Why are you asking? That's a given if y'all in love. If you head over heels for him and him for you, it's a given that he's going to show up at the airport and pick you up. Or is that, am I being delusional? Is that not something that would normally happen? And then when she hangs up with him, she says, is it okay for me to call you tomorrow? That is also like a sign of a woman. Okay, some people would say it was respectful, but other women would say it sounds like a little abuse, and that's what it sounds like to me. Because if I'm in a relationship with you, I don't have to ask you, is it okay? Unless you're working, or what times are you working tomorrow? You know, like, you just call, and if he answers, he answers. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So listen, she finally gets up the nerve to tell her children, because she's only been with the one man, right? And they're still mourning their dad, you know, that whole thing. And so they get all at the table, which I love that they seem like they are a close-knit family. I love that. I love that they have a semi-open relationship, because if it was open, she would have been told him, you know what I'm saying? But it's semi-open. And she's at the table and she tells them, she shares that she met someone online, and they're all pretty much shocked. They're all like, we're on Instagram, the place where you told me not to talk to no strangers. You know, like, they really are giving her the 1-2, the riot act, because mom is inexperienced. These kids know more about the game than she does. They are all concerned for her. It breaks my heart when she starts to cry, because she's like, I just want to be happy. I just want you guys to be happy for me. And that is the sentiment of a lot of women. She doesn't want to be lonely. She doesn't want to be alone. The kids are like, I tell my children this all the time, I don't be lonely, but I always say, I'm dating. You don't need nobody but us. No, I love you and I'm glad to have this time with you, but your mother needs a different type of companionship that her children cannot provide. And so she's lonely. She's always had somebody in her life, regardless of how positive the relationship was. I really feel like the more we go on with her, the more we'll find out about Dwayne. But it's just a lot. And then Kara's like, she's still grieving her dad's death, and it might be clouding her judgment. And those are super facts. Because you're lonely. You're in your room, you're by yourself, you're trying to find something to do. My heart goes out to Yolanda more than anybody else because she is lonely and just wants to be happy. And now that she's got this, you know, newfound confidence and somebody is showing her some attention, a different kind of attention, like, y'all need to understand what that feels like. Like, it's different. It's different. Well, that concludes the episode, okay? Episode number 1 of season 4, Before the 90 Days. Listen, let me know what you think about this episode in its entirety, in its totality, down below in the comments. I am extremely curious to know your thoughts. I mean, you see how I feel. I feel like all of these people are in a place that allows them to be open or as prey. To be open as prey. Easy prey at that, like being on the Sahara, being in Africa, in the plain. Yeah, that's what it's called, the plain. And you out there eating, you're an easy target for the predators. And that's what's happening. I feel like they're all in places in their lives that they want relationships, that they are hungry for relationships, that it's about time, you know, and these people are saying and doing the right things and they are just getting eaten alive. I mean, if I'm wrong, please tell me, please let me know. Please tell me what you think down below in the comments, because I could be wrong. It's all right for me to be wrong. I kind of had some kind of hopes for Jeffrey and what was her name? Jeffrey and Vadia, but she just wants to come to Russia. I mean, she wants to come to the US so she could, you know, have a better life too. Like, child, it's all too much for me. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Before the 90 Days, season 4, episode number 1, Love Can't Wait. If it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead right now, click the red subscribe button, and then next to that button is the notification bell. Click that too so that you won't miss another upload of Before the 90 Days. When it comes up, you will be alerted like, boop, Talisa has uploaded, boop, 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 and you'll be able to see what the hell I got going on, what my crazy ass is talking about, okay? Lastly, because you like me and I'll know it's real, give me a thumbs up. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will catch you on the next video.